Fiore, former Hendricken star Roy Fiore, also at Stonehill College.
Well, we got an early jump. Stonehill women's basketball victorious last night, round one of the NCAA Division II championships over Southern Connecticut. I'm not sure if they were playing Stack or Caldwell today. I believe St. Thomas Aquinas won that game. I'm not 100% sure. First bucket of the game goes in. I believe that was 13 John Stanangelo.
St. Angelo gives an early 2-0 lead for the visiting Rebels. Although it's kind of like a home game as we are in Narragansett. We are in South Kingston, and South Kingston playing basically a home game here at the Ryan Center.
Yeah, this is the biggest crowd of the night right beneath us, pretty much full, this lower bowl. And that's going to be a pass inside, nearly stolen by Naz Pona. We've got Record, Pona, and Di Miranda all tied up.
You get a foul here.
Oh, and they're going to call the whistle against the Kilties. Potted warning will inbound for South Kingston. And that's Darian Butler's. So actually, that was Butler who scored the first points of the game.
And he has 1,000 points on his career now. Congratulations to that young man. Well, you get that out of the way with early, right?
Potted warning inbounds deep. This is corralled by Ryan Fazio. St. Angelo.
Keegan Records, the biggest man on the floor. He is a large human being. Can Mount Pleasant contain his size? But Mount Pleasant, very athletic. They'll run, they'll shoot, they'll come at you in many different ways.
Pona attacks the rim. He'll go to the line. The foul will go against Potted Warney. This is Naz Pona, just a sophomore for Mount Pleasant High School.
Mount Pleasant, the Division I regular season tournament champions, beat Hendricken in overtime. They have a huge fan base that follows them wherever they go all over the state, from the west side of Providence, just off Mount Pleasant Avenue. This is where the school is located, the backside of the Elmwood neighborhood.
This is school right off the golf course, if I'm correct,
Yes,
right?
it is. Lewis Quissett's right there. Mount Pleasant is right next to it. Right at the foot of Rhode Island College.
Yeah, I hit a couple wayward tee shots. I think it's off the 10th or 11th hole, and you end up almost on the football field behind Mount Pleasant High School.
Yes,
That's a good look. I believe that was St. Angelo. We can finally credit him with the bucket. Good ball rotation. First three-pointer launched by the Kilties. Long rebound chase down there and corralled by Chance Trotman, who checks in very early for the Kilties.
Yeah, Demetrius Di Miranda got a foul already, and so.
Very small lineup for the Kilties on the floor, especially when you've got Keegan Record, who's probably the biggest player we've seen all day. Three-pointer, setting his feet, firing, and knocking down his Manuel Roman.
Manuel Roman at 31 on the year, averages 18.7 points a game, does Roman. Showed a good shooting touch right there.
This is Darian Butler, who just hit a career milestone a few moments ago. His three-pointer, no good. Nice rebound by St. Angelo. Walking into a three-pointer too strong there was Fazio, and Roman comes away with the rebound. Quickly in transition into the painted area, puts up the shot. It's going to be a charge taken underneath there by St. Angelo.
Joe Leclerc on that call. Chris Bohack and Chris Iannucci, the very veteran officiating crew here for this game.
Oh, yeah, Chris Iannucci does a lot of college basketball, seen him around.
And Joe Leclerc and Bohack, they all do a lot of games as well. And Mount Pleasant picks up another foul.
Yeah, this is a very familiar looking crew. I've seen these guys plenty of times. Division II, Division III level. Good set of referees here for our final game. Record in the paint. His runner took some contact, no good. Rebound grabbed by Darren Robinson.
Don't let Mount Pleasant's size fool you, though. They're athletic as heck, and they can play above their size.
Bounce down into the corner. This is Charles Martinez, the three-pointer from Roman, contested. No good.
Much to the delight of the South Kingston student body, which is right in front of us. There's a great take by Butler as well. And Coach Charlie Holiday is going to call a timeout. The Rebels are up 6-4. You know, how much of this is, once again, you know, you're coming out of the other tournament, irregardless, and the other team's hungry trying to prove themselves, are the Rebels. You know, you beat them once early on, and, you know, what happens here is good timeout, settle you guys down, huge crowd, very pro-South Kingston. The whole lower bowl is filled in front of us with all South Kingston people.
Yeah, I was out in the hallway. There was a big break between our third game and this nightcap, and you could see the South Kingston paraphernalia pouring into this lower bowl here. Heavily skewed towards the Rebels.
Reminder that tomorrow, right here on the NFHS Network, the girls' title game will be at 3:30, and I believe the boys' title game, I'm looking it up as we speak, is either at 6 or 6:30. I'll get back to you once I get on this crack research job that I'm doing here.
Butler with 4 early points setting the pace for South Kingston. They have the 2-point lead. Manuel Roman with the three-pointer that's keeping Mount Pleasant in touch. Driving into the paint, floater from the logo. Knocking that down is Aaron Gomes, who just checked in for the Kilties.
Yeah, nice job by Gomes right there, just running into the lane, throwing that up, and we're tied at 6.
Butler's off the ball. He has it now. Fakes the pass to Podwarney, goes up himself, unable to convert. Roman all the way to the paint. Uses the glass as his friend. He has 5 points, and the lead changes hands over to the Kilties.
Yeah, Manny Roman, you got a good job pushing that ball out right there. And it's going to be a second foul, I believe, on Demetrius DeMiranda for holding the big man Keegan Records, who averages 19.6 points per game.
Yeah, off the ball, he bumped him once. Keegan gave a look over to the referee right in front of him, and then there was another bump from DeMiranda, and that one drew the foul. Drawing the foul in the paint is Butler. He'll go to the line.
Very active early. Darian Butler, second leading scorer on this SK team, averaging 19 a game. Boys championship game will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on the NFHS Network.
We had about a half an hour in between games because there's going to be the trophy presentation, and some of the players of the game will be interviewed by the various cable networks across Rhode Island. So there's a lot going on after the game on the court compared to today, where they pretty much shepherd them off the court as soon as the game is over. Butler now has 6, and we're tied at 8. To the rim. His shot affected by Record, but put back there by Chance Trotman. His first bucket of the game.
Boy, way to stick with that athleticism by Chance Trotman. Just hung in the air and went back and got it, attacking the big guy, Keegan Records.
They now have Darren Robinson on record, the senior forward. Butler's elbow jumper. Butler's feeling it. He's got 8 very early in this game. The 2 others points have come from St. Angelo. Robinson knocked away by Butler. It's going to stay with the Kilties.
South Kingston playing very inspired. We have 4 ties already here early on at 10-10.
Trotman and Butler.
Boy, Aaron Gomes, wanted the ball on the far wing, trying to go back short corner. He was wide open as SK is trying to play this matchup 2-3 zone.
First foul on Butler.
Well, when you get a guy the size of Records in the middle, you can extend a little bit.
Gomes 3, too strong. Trotman gets the rebound. Up fake, Record not fooled. Trotman kicks it out to Roman. You can see the influence that Record has on the painted area, though. Robinson 3 in the corner. There's a rebound by Record. He just boxed out Roman.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant, we talked about teams shooting threes. Mount Pleasant not shy shooting threes. They shoot at will.
Butler not shy. Butler, he's got 11 of 13 for South Kingston to start the game. Darian Butler over the the 1,000 mark. Oh, and that's going to be a foul called on Aaron Gomes. That's a cheap one.
Lawrence Shepard will now check in, as well as Naz Pona checking back in. And number 0 for the Kilties also checking in, Draquan Gibson.
This is Butler, full court press for the Kilties. They're down by 3. 6 team fouls already for Mount Pleasant. We're not even at the 10-minute mark counting down in the first half. We're just going to cross over that 10-minute threshold right now. Records, free throw line jumper, his first bucket of the game.
South Kingston just doing what they want to offensively. Biggest lead of the night, 15-10.
When will the Kilties get hot from deep? That's the question I think is going to be revolving around this game. Butler having himself an outstanding start. Nice move, step back 3, too strong. The crowd, though, was halfway to its feet.
That's awesome.
Pull-up jumper from Roman, no good. Another rebound gobbled up by Record.
You know, South Kingston here will take a timeout. Coach Fiore calls a timeout, but sitting at 2-3 zone, why?
When they get to the rim because they don't want to get rejected. But we'll see, and if any team in the state knows how hot Mount Pleasant can get, a shooting team, when they get going, they come in bunches. They can start to overwhelm you. So no lead quite safe enough here inside the Ryan Center. That's going to be a whistle against the Kilties.
Now it's 1-1 already, and here goes Darian Butler to the free throw line for 1-1.
And this partisan crowd, though, is going to really try and urge the Rebels on. They've got the 5-point lead. We mentioned all the way back in game 1 how this is a different arena, different sight lines. The Kilties a shooting team. That might slow them down a little bit here through the first half. As Butler misses the front end, the rebound and putback no good. That was Lawrence Shepard Jr.
Even playing at CCRI and Warwick, is technical foul assessed against the Mount Pleasant bench. Even at CCRI and Warwick, which is a college gymnasium, it's a better sight line as well. So Butler now will.
Not sure what Coach Holliday even could have been complaining about there. I would have picked up a technical foul.
And of course, Chris Iannucci over talking to Coach Holliday.
Just ill-advised from the coach there. You're going to give Butler 2 freebies and the ball back to South Kingston. And what was a 5-point lead, Butler misses a second, is now 6.
So I believe also now Coach Holliday has to sit. He has to be seatbelted for the rest of the half.
There you can see the Mount Pleasant coaching staff shifting seats. Everyone goes down 1, and Coach Holliday will take a seat on the very comfortable-looking seats they have there on the sideline here. You're right. No expenses spared here inside the Ryan Center.
No. So he must sit for the rest of the half here.
Oh,
there's a steal.
Going coast to coast is Naz Pona, his 3rd point of the game. Whether that be head coach Dan Hurley or women's head coach Dania LaForce. Comfortable seating for them there. Shot missed, and Mount Pleasant looking to go on a run. Inspired by their coach, perhaps, picking up a technical foul.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe it's just trying to light a fire under the guys a little bit, you know. A la Gene Hackman and Hoosiers, tech me, throw me out of the game. Not to that point. I mean, it is about sportsmanship here, but, you know, sometimes if your coach has to do that to motivate you guys, so be it.
Butler heads to the bench, replaced by Ryan Fazio, started the game for South Kingston. Elbow jumper, in and out, rebound grab by Records. Fazio now running the point with Butler on the bench. Shepard Jr. Record, up fake to the rim, right hand. That's good. He's got 4.
Nice finger roll that time by Keegan Record.
Bounce to Pona. Pona going baseline floater, just affected again by the presence of Record. He was lurking on the low block. Fazio. Also in the game now, Cameron Monroe. This is Shepard. Contested shot by Trotman, and that's going to be a whistle against SK. Will be inbounded by Mount Pleasant.
Keegan Record went over the back right there. Good box out that time by the Kilties.
And Records will go to the bench, and that's a signal for Mount Pleasant. They're going to really want to try and take advantage of the breather that Records has taken. Butler off the floor, or back on the floor.
Shepard playing center now, that 2-3 zone.
Off the bounce, slowing things up was Martinez. Roman calling for a screen, receives from Robinson, stops and starts, goes up and draws the whistle on Shepard. He'll go to the line for 2.
Good body control that time by Manny Roman for the Kilties. Used a high ball screen on the backside of the guard, and he got himself to the rack. So Roman will go to the free throw line. Mount Pleasant 1 for 2 on the day from the charity stripe. This is our 4th of 4 games here today in the NFHS network, as Roman's first free throw is good to make it an 18-13 game with 7:22 remaining.
Mentioned the difference of having Records on the bench. Looked like Roman was much more willing to get into the paint and try his hand against Shepard, and he's rewarded with 2 free throws, and the lead is down to 4.
Well, the biggest the lead got was 6 at 16-10, and a very competitive game between both teams.
Fazio's 3 was almost reluctant to pull the trigger. Rebound put back by Potted Warney, excuse me. His first bucket of the evening.
Leads back to 6.
Martinez rotates to Robinson. Excuse me, that was Gomes to Robinson. Robinson gets in the painted area again. Another whistle on Shepard. And more free throws upcoming. And it might be a short breather for Records because Shepard picked up 2 quick personal fouls.
That's what happens. You take the big guy out, and the assistant coach is going over to Coach Fiore right now saying, all right, I think we sat him long enough. Coach Ray Coleman says, let's get him back in there.
Robinson connects on the first.
Averaged 13.3 points a game. Martinez has 46 three-pointers. Roman 21. Robinson 22. And Aaron Gomes 36 during the regular season. So you know the Kilties can heat up at any point in time.
Robinson's second free throw, no good. 5-point game. Records still stays on the bench. Shepard stays on the floor. Pottenwarney rotated back up top to Fazio. Shepard setting the screen. Pottenwarney hops back to the 3-point line. That's a good turn by Shepard, and that's his first bucket of the game.
A good seal by Lawrence Shepard right there. Largest lead of the game for South Kingston.
It's up to 7, and Records checks in the 3-pointer from straight away. That one does not fall for Charles Martinez. Fazio. Butler now running in the shooting guard role. His 3-pointer, no good, gets the rebound. Up fake by St. Angelo, but gets called for the travel.
Good call. And you lengthen your lead with the big man on the bench, Keegan Records. He went to the bench. They cut it to 4 at 16-12, and now you picked up a point or 2 when he's on the bench. And other than a few fouls on your backup, no worse for the wear.
And Coach Fiore's got to be happy with where things sit at the moment. 6 minutes left in the first half. His team leads by 7. Pass deflected. Robinson able to corral. Throws that off the fingertips of Pottenwarney. Stays with the Kilties. They'll inbound underneath their own basket.
Butler and Fazio, very active guards up top for the Rebels.
Inbounded to Robinson. Robinson off to Trotman. Resets himself underneath. Good feed.
Nice pass. Well, how do you get a big guy away from you? Give him a ball fake, get him to leave his feet and slide to the back post. Good ball movement that time by the Kilties.
Lead is 5. Butler tries to feed it inside to Record, swatted away by Robinson. Trotman on the run. Windmill finish. That's his 4th point of the night, and the lead down to 3.
Boy, good job by them as the big man, Keegan Records, got back in transition. And Trotman, they're still attacking the basket even with the big man in there.
Oh, and that's going to be a foul off the ball away from St. Angelo. An illegal screen. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Fiore for South Kingston, just trying to stem some of the flow that we're going to see a lot of the South Kingston population here in the Ryan Center supporting one of the local high schools.
This is the 2 versus 11 game. South Kingston, number 11 seed, making it to the Final Four.
Skip pass. Martinez gets called for the travel as he tried to rotate it out to Adonis Acevedo.
Sometimes a little too much is good idea making the extra pass, but a little too much footwork, as they say.
So Naz Pona checks in for Adonis Acevedo. Butler.
SK took out the number 11 and number 3 seeds getting here.
Records now has 6. Lead is back to 5. The Giant Killers. And if they win this one tonight, the 3-pointer, though, goes down for Martinez, and he'll go to the line. That's a huge bucket.
Well, your leading scorer is finally on the board with 4:13 remaining in the first half. Better ball rotation that time by Mount Pleasant. And what happened by putting Trotman at the free throw line, the big man had to come and the forward had a pinch, made the extra pass to the corner, and that's a good shot, way to knock that down by Martinez.
The 4-point play would cut the lead down to 1.
I can't remember the last time I saw a 4-point play. Very rare.
It's been quite some time for me as well. In person, I can say that. Did see a women's game earlier this year, a 4-point play within the final 20 seconds to tie the game. Out of the timeout, the other team came right down the floor, hit a runner to win the game. It was quite a finish. Floater in the lane for Butler, too strong off the glass, but Potted Warney's there for the putback. He's got 4, and SK pushes their lead back up to 3.
Well, he's doing a good job on the glass, is Potted Warney.
Rotated to the top to Trotman. Gibson. Martinez crosses over Potted. Warney gets right to the rim, and now Martinez is heating up. He's got 6 points in the blink of an eye.
That's what Mount Pleasant can do. They can score at you at will. Now 2-2-1 half-court press.
Oh, wide open in the corner was Cameron Monroe. Butler didn't want to go there, and he gets called for the travel.
Yeah, he probably should have passed that ball that time. He dribbled right into the teeth of the Kilty defense. Good job, good minutes off the bench right there by Draquan Gibson for the Kilties, as well as Denzel Clark giving some of the guys a rest.
Roman brings the ball over the timeline. Looking to move the zone out of position are the Kilties. Robinson, elbow jumper, high arcer off the front iron, and Butler pulls down the rebound.
Not afraid to attack the big man. I like what Mount Pleasant's doing offensively.
Potted Warney, twisting, turning. Contested shot by Trotman, who gets the rebound. Outlet feed to Robinson. Unable to get set before Records got back. Martinez for 3, and now he is officially hot. He's got 9 points. In the 2-3 zone if the Kilties get hot and continue to fill it up from outside the arc. One of the little tactical questions both of these coaches are kind of asking each other, and that's a deflected pass. Robinson comes away with it for the Kilties. And there's a small contingent of Mount Pleasant fans right below us. They're excited. The three from Roman, no. Rebound being swatted around, and finally Records grabs, and that's a whistle against Martinez.
And Mount Pleasant has life again. You know, when you score, you go on runs, and it's how you handle the momentum shifts and the mini runs in the game.
Yep.
You know, you've seen a lot of games.
Yep.
How you handle the mini run, how you handle the momentum shift, the paradigm shift, or whatever you want to call it, whether you're going to be successful or not.
Yeah, it looks like South Kingston, they rode the emotional roller coaster through the first couple minutes. The crowd, Butler was hot. He got fired up. And the Kilties, they just stayed close enough to respond with a run of their own. And Records hits the first free throw. He has a chance to tie the game at the line. Too strong on the second. The rebound grab by Pona.
Good box out defensively by the Kilties on free throws. That's a lost art. You got to get those rebounds.
Roman, logo shot, too strong. Long rebound. Nobody tracked that one down. Finally, Cameron Monroe does the dirty work. Skip feed. Monroe's open. He wanted it earlier this time. Can't connect. Records goes up. Wanted the whistle. No call.
Oh, there could have been two there. One for over the back and one on the return.
Martinez. No, he's been feeling it, though, and that's going to be deflected off of Trotman and out of bounds.
Good job by Chance Trotman, you know, letting the big guy come down with the ball, which you're taught not to do when he tried to back slap it out of there. And
unless you get a body on Records early, it's going to be tough to out-leap the big man for South Kingston. Ball moving around the perimeter. Big screen from Records. Fadeaway Jay, no good. That's off the fingertips of Butler.
That's an understatement, a big-time screen, as he just laid the wood to him.
And that was Trotman on the wrong side of the Records screen.
We talked about it last game. What an exciting time it is for college basketball in Rhode Island with both URI and PC in the respective conference finals. And Dan Hurley ended his press conference today wishing PC good luck, saying what an exciting time to be part of the college basketball landscape in the state of Rhode Island. And you know, these high school kids, another part, exciting for them to be part of the landscape as well.
And those programs have really taken off the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Great leadership there by Coach Cooley and Coach Hurley. Pretty much been building side by side with each other year after year.
Both genuine guys, too.
It'll be exciting for Rhode Island to have two teams potentially in the NCAA tournament. It's going to stretch these cable companies, though, the networks in Rhode Island, to the brink. They're going to have to send both of their normal studio reporters. Well, most of them have three reporters, so they'll probably lead the lead in the studio, and they'll send out the other two across the country wherever they need to go.
Well, the good news for those of you who are watching us on the NFHS Network, the A10 final is at 1 tomorrow. You can watch that and get yourself here for the girls' championship game at 3:30 between Barrington and Moses Brown, and come watch the nightcap at 6 between the winner of this game and the Bishop Hendricken Hawks.
Too bad they don't have a central video board here in the stadium. What you could do is you could have a little watch party here at 1 o'clock, open things up early, get some of the community here, and then follow it up with two state championship games. I think I just made URI a lot of money.
Yes, you did. Good job.
Records tangled up, and he finally draws the foul against the Kilties.
I believe that's 3 on Demetrius DiMiranda.
Yeah, and he's going to head to the bench. He just came back in. He hasn't been able to play much basketball so far today for the Kilties.
One thing that Mount Pleasant does very well, though, they sub regularly, and there's no drop-off when they go to their bench. And that's, you know, as a coach or a broadcaster, that's when you're successful, when your bench can give you good minutes.
Robinson will check back in. He's had to play a lot as one of the lone bigs for the Kilties.
Eight points on the day for Records now, 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
Oh, that's going to be a travel called on Martinez as he went down.
I think that's a tough call. You know what? That's a hustle play. It's just you wish the official would give you the benefit of the doubt right there. That's a. You know, he was dribbling the ball, got rid of it.
crucial 60 seconds for both of these teams heading in to the halftime interval. Possession.
Josh Diaz, little U center now checking in.
Just want to add a little more size on the defensive end.
Maybe just for the inbound play. He is a rather large kid.
And offense for defense substitution.
Oh, my God.
Can't prevent Record from pulling down the rebound. He's got 10. The crowd's fired up, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the fact that Martinez was on the back of Jack St. Angelo boxing out here, and that's why I thought the call was, that's how people get hurt.
So Records will go to the line.
He's got 10 points in this game.
And the free throw rattled home by Records. He's got 11. The lead is back up to 3:45 seconds. Martinez skips across to Gomes. Up fake, good look here for Roman. And Roman finds the bottom of the net, ties it back up at 31. Looking similar to their regular season matchup. Close going into the half. What are the chances the Kilties score 50 again here in the second half at the Ryan Center? And that's going to be a travel underneath on St. Angelo. 13 seconds. Chance for Mount Pleasant to go into the halftime break with a lead.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to see that or not. You never know here. As Adonis Acevedo now checks in from Mount Pleasant. I think he's played everybody on his bench. 12 guys have played.
Roman bounces it out to Martinez. Martinez, quick reversal into the corner. That was a quick three. Never really got his feet to Gomes. And the shot goes up, and they're going to count it for Martinez. Stayed alert to the very end, and it's a 2-point.
You mentioned it. Can Mount Pleasant put up 50 again like they did the last time they played?
Yeah, this was the moment that the game bursted open wide for Mount Pleasant in the second half. They scored 50. They finished up winning by 20. What adjustments can South Kingston make here in the final 16 minutes?
South comes out playing man-to-man is what is the first thing that they did. They came out man-to-man, and they stayed in help, and they left Gomes wide open out on the wing. Excuse me, Roman wide open out on the wing.
They forced the turnover to start the second half, a chance to tie the game up, potentially take the lead. And that's going to be a travel called against Fazio.
Yeah, you see kids do that all the time. Why are you picking that basketball up there? I'm not lamenting the kid, but, kids, coaches, let's tell your kids to keep the ball alive and keep dribbling the basketball. Just don't pick it up to pick it up.
Martinez takes it over the timeline for the Kilties. He got red hot towards the second half of the first half. Robinson into the painted area. Shot adjusted by Records. Goes out of bounds off of a Navy jersey of South Kingston. Will stay with the Kilties.
And that's what happens when you knock down shots. You got to pull the team out of the zone. They got to come out man-to-man. Wide open was Martinez in the corner. They forgot about him.
Fazio on the run. Pass behind Butler. Has to readjust his shot. Uses the glass. He's got two more.
14 now for him.
And that was St. Angelo who went flying into the first row of seats. Gets a round of applause. Diving into the seats right in front of the South Kingston student section.
Huge crowd on hand here. Both teams.
So inbounding where St. Angelo went flying out of bounds is Roman for the Kilties. Gomes is screaming for it, gets it. That's a long three on the way. No good. Butler pulls down the board. His team tied up at 33. Outlet pass looking for Records. Goes up and finishes at the rim. Using that size advantage, South Kingston comes out of the half. 4-0 run, and they've got the lead.
Good job looking down court that time. By the Rebels and pushing the basketball.
Martinez. Gomes. Robinson immediately contested as soon as he catches. Gomes gets it to Martinez, goes behind the back and passed it straight into the arms of Butler.
A little too fancy that time for the Kilties.
Yeah, the defense was just in too good of a position. Even if he would have tried to pass that, a regular bounce pass, it probably would have gotten stolen. Quick outlet to Roman. Fazio's back. Roman tried to switch hands, missed the layup.
Great rebound by Trotman, sorry.
No problem. The three-pointer on the way from Gomes can't convert, and that's Robinson slicing through to tap in the putback. He's got 5.
Mount Pleasant showing its athleticism right there in the offensive glass.
Trotman all over St. Angelo. Fazio going baseline, able to tiptoe and stay in bounds. Trotman outlet to Martinez, and that's blocked from behind by Records, and that's a whistle by Gomes. Crowd up to his feet on the chase down block.
Yeah, Martinez wanted the basketball. He was ahead. Good job. You know what? Keegan Records, very impressive for a big man, the way he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he moves very well. Fazio brings it over the timeline for SK. Butler baseline floater. That's blocked by Robinson. And that's going to be last touched off of Robinson. It's going to stay with South Kingston. 18 on the shot clock. Butler off the bounce. The pull up. No good.
Yep, travel call that time. Boy, I'll tell you, Darren Robinson is showing some very good leaping skills here in the second half.
Yeah, he's had to go toe-to-toe inside with Records for a lot of these rebounds. Doing his best. He's giving up an inch or two. The floater, no good. Trotman, rebound, put back. That one doesn't fall either, and that's going to be a whistle against the Kilties on Naz Pona.
Yeah, 2 fouls, right? 2 fouls 3 minutes in, and those are going to add up at some point. You just got to make sure you play good, solid defense if you're the Kilties. We've had 8 lead changes and 7 ties in this ball game.
Pass stolen by Pona. Dribbles away from one defender. Lost the handle. Robinson. And we've got guys tangled up. Butler, Robinson, and coming away from the pile with it was Butler.
Yeah, Robinson got tripped by St. Angelo going after that ball.
And I believe there was a timeout called, a full timeout called by head coach Charles Holliday. No longer tethered to the bench. He can roam the sidelines now after picking.
Oh, it's great stuff. I'm a subscriber. It's good things.
The game's at TD Garden in Massachusetts on Monday and Tuesday. American International College as well as Worcester State.
Beautiful facility, Worcester State. They just redid that
Yeah, it's
gym.
absolutely really nice in there.
Yeah, they went from a high school gym to a state-of-the-art facility.
Nice move by Roman. He's got his first bucket of the second half, and the Kilties edge back in front by 2.
Nice little hesitation right there by Roman in between, and speed changes, killing basketball.
Butler tried to feed it inside to Records, deflected, and that's going to be last touch by Records. We'll go to the Kilties.
Good hustle by the big man, getting down on the floor right there.
Shepard comes back in, so South Kingston going with their bigger lineup as Pottenwarney heads to the bench.
Looks like they're setting up back in zone again.
Yeah, Shepard's going to drop to the bottom of the zone. Records in the middle, flanked by St. Angelo.
Is Martinez wide open on this near side wing.
Floater over Records. Martinez gets it. Not afraid of the big man stepping out to defend.
Kilties now up by 4. They haven't been up this big in a long time since way back early in the game when they're up by 3.
Shepard all alone. His logo shot short, trying to chase down the rebound, and that's off the foot of Trotman.
There's a good screen set on the near side by the big man, and Lawrence Shepard found himself in unfamiliar territory. There's nobody around him. He's all by himself.
You're almost surprised how open he was. Came up short on the J. He's got to get it in. Finds Butler. He goes up. Try to readjust his shot in midair, and that's going to be a whistle against Shepard. And I believe that's his third. Martinez needs to be careful. There's a little extra shove there after the whistle came.
Chris Iannucci, the official, doing a good job just trying to keep everybody calm right now. And that's why you have these veteran officiating crews at this time of the year.
Just keeping everything under control. Spin by Roman into the pull-up jumper. Martinez corrals the rebound, another floater, and Martinez is really feeling it right now for Mount Pleasant. His team's up 6. He's got 15. Oh, Shepard creates space, pushing off from Trotman, but Robinson closes the door.
Wow, Darren Robinson came from the backside on help. A lot of emotions, a lot of yipping going on down there right now. I think you just got to stay within yourself as, feeding off the emotion of the crowd, too. What a great atmosphere for high school basketball.
Yeah, both of these teams really fired up. Butler nearly left his feet, and that's going to be a whistle against South Kingston. That's on St. Angelo.
His second foul, and I think with that, Coach Rolly Fiore is going to take a full timeout.
That's a good timeout. The emotions really starting to bubble over. Things going in the wrong direction for South Kingston here about midway through.
And looks like they're back man-to-man.
Roman brings it over the timeline. He's going to be guarded by Butler. Roman stops, start, tries to get to the rim, converts, and he'll go to the line.
Once again, a hesitation dribble. Picked up a nice high ball screen, too, by Darren Robinson, who duked one side and picked the other side. They solved their zone defense, and now they're so dangerous man-to-man because of their athleticism.
Demetrius DiMiranda checks in. Aaron Gomes will head to the bench.
It's a small lineup work for Mount Pleasant.
They bring a little more beef in. This is about as big as they can get with Trotman, Robinson, and DiMiranda on the floor. Roman good from the line. And the lead climbing up to 9. And now the small student section for Mount Pleasant starting to get loud. They're backing their team up 9. Butler, jumper. That one doesn't fall. Record draws the whistle. And that looks like it's going to be against Charles Martinez.
The foul got called. I don't know what Coach Roland Fiore wants. It's 2 on him, and Records will go to the free throw line. 3 for 6 on the day for Records.
No good on the first. Gomes comes in for DiMiranda.
Played a lot of minutes, Records. He had one respite in the first half, maybe like a 2.5 minute stretch when they extended the lead to 7.
Powers home the second. Much needed point, though, for South Kingston. Scoreboard got a little stale for the Rebels. Martinez. 3 from straight away. Records flying through to grab the rebound. Now they're putting pressure on Records, and he's able to find the outlet in Fazio. Butler stops, starts, gets to the rim, feeds it to St. Angelo, and there's an easy lay-in.
Great pass right there by Butler. Had St. Angelo on the back block.
Lead is down to 6. Butler jumping out on Roman. Roman into the painted area. Gomes. He drives. And that's going to be a whistle on the floor. I believe it's on Potted Warney.
Yep. A little body check right there by Pardon Warney.
Fourth team foul on the Rebels. Bounced into Trotman. Martinez fires, connects.
Mount Pleasant wins this game. It's going to be that Charles Martinez kind of rescued them late in the first half. And he's continued here with 7 points in the second half for 18. He's at his average, season average right now.
3 3-pointers on the night for Martinez. Oh, and that's going to be a whistle against St. Angelo. Said he hooked Robinson to get around the corner. How much gas is left in the Cinderella run that South Kingston has put on?
Well, being battle tested too, it's not that South Kingston's not battle tested, but Mount Pleasant's played all the big boys all year long. As has South Kingston in Division I. Now it's Pona with a putback, and it leads up to 11 now.
Yeah, ball kind of bounced, changed hands a couple times there. Pona got a good lay-in under pressure from Records. Butler's three. He's gone cold since his hot start, but there's a putback from Fazio.
Yeah, he's trying to force it a little bit with people in his face.
Martinez, left it up in the air for Pona, but gets called for the offensive. That is the third on Martinez. 8.5 minutes left in regulation, 9-point game. Fazio tried to feed it inside, knocked away, stolen, quick outlet. Pona's on the run. Pona jams!
Well, I'm surprised that Records didn't get called for a foul right there.
No, that's going to be a whistle against Roman. A technical.
Well, what happened here was coming down the court. Roman was in front of Records. Records whipped him to the ground. And that's why Roman's called for the technical foul. There's Charlie Holiday over there trying to figure out what's going on.
So Butler will go to the line for the technical free throws.
I can't remember the last time I saw 2 techs called in a game.
Yeah, now everyone in the crowd is fired up for sure. Things are getting tense. Butler, the release on that second free throw did not look good.
Well, one of the new rules from this class, I know the MIA is you get a bench warning for your first offense as long as it's not egregious. It is what it is, and it's not about. It's about the kids and the officials and just doing the job, and it's not about coaches or players. Sometimes emotion, because it's a very emotion-filled game here.
So it's a 10-point game. South Kingston with the ball. Double-digit lead for the Kilties. Making life difficult for Butler in the corner. He zips a pass across the paint. Potted Warney had that blocked on the way up. Pona gets fouled, and they're going to call a travel.
Much to the dismay of the Mount Pleasant bench. I was out of control there. It might have been a little contact, but this game is just taking a physical.
Oh, Di Miranda is going to pick up another. Oh, that might be another technical as Di Miranda bumped Records.
And another technical. That's a third technical of the game, and that's going to take Demetrius Demander out of the game and give 4 free throws now and the ball back.
And at this point, the Kilties need to settle down a little bit. They're giving every opportunity in the world for South Kingston to come back into the game.
getting a little chippy. Am I allowed to say that?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's a very physical game and a lot of emotion, big crowd, and everybody's going back and forth. And it goes back to that where we talk about composure earlier on in the game. You gotta keep your composure, and not only the mini runs but mentally. It's all mental right now. As Records will shoot the first 2 free throws, makes the first one.
Yeah, there's just no need for that little bump there for DeMiranda. Just nothing good was going to come of that. You know, he really struggled in terms of staying on the floor in terms of fouls, has DeMiranda. So
Now Butler will shoot the technical free throw.
And without really having to do much, what was an 11-point lead has shrunk down to 8.
All from the free throw line.
Now Butler, no good on the second. But the ball will stay with South Kingston. The lead, as I mentioned, is 8.
Butler 5 for 8 from the free throw line.
Feed inside to St. Angelo, no good. Robinson comes away with the rebound. Outlet to Roman. Smartly slows things down. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left. You have an 8-point lead. Clock right now is your friend. Roman off the bounce, and that's going to be a whistle against Butler.
Yeah, I think that if you're a coach or you're a player, go to the basket, you're going to get a call, because now the officials will try to not reestablish, but it's to slow the pace down and the physicality. You're going to get a call every time you go. Good job by Manny Roman right there getting to the rack.
Roman with the pure first free throw.
A lot has happened in the last couple of minutes here. A very emotion-filled game here.
Roman connects on both. Lead back up to double digits.
If you can survive this push by SK and keep your head about you, then...
Yeah, right now, composure's, that's going to be the big question mark right now for the Kilties. Oh, stolen. Quick hands there by Martinez. And that's going to be a whistle against Butler. And that's the 7th team foul against South Kingston. That will send Martinez to the line.
More importantly, that's 4 on Darian Butler.
No sign of anyone popping off the South Kingston bench at the moment. Naz Pona, good on the first free throw.
Has 8 points on the day now.
Free throw shooting's been pretty solid thus far for Mount Pleasant.
5 for 5 this half.
Lead up to 12. Records on the elbow. Fazio in the lane. Little pushed jumper. Gets his own rebound. Follow up. No. Records rebound. And he's going to draw the whistle.
Yeah, Darren Robinson just put his hand on him, and like as we're seeing everything's getting called here coming down the stretch with 6.5 remaining.
Yeah, a lot of whistles over the last few minutes just to try to pull this game back in line. Records no good.
Five for 10 now, Records on the day.
There he stays at 50%. He rattles that one in.
SK has not scored a basket going back to the 8:30 mark, so it's been 2 minutes without a hoop. All this has been done by free throws. This is a stretch of the game down to like from the 8 to 4 minute mark. If you can establish yourself or reestablish yourself.
Oh, pull-up jumper there. Manny Roman means business. He's got
18 I have him for, 9 this half.
having himself quite a second half here. His team The lead was 13. It's now down to 11, and Coach Fiore calls the timeout after Records hits with the little right-handed bunny.
Yeah, South Kingston has not shot particularly well from the free throw line tonight. And as we saw in one of the girls' games earlier, LaSalle, too.
Nah, it's been a struggle. The teams that haven't shot well from the free throw line have come out on the wrong side of these games so far today.
Mount Pleasant 9 for 12.
Much closer to what you're looking for.
Yep. If you wondered why it was quiet at home, I was trying to do math in my head.
Martinez, Robinson, straightaway three.
Oh.
All twine there for the big man.
Yeah, we talked at the top of the tip-off that Mount Pleasant has 4 guys who can hit threes, and so can South Kingston, as Ryan Fazio answers with the 3 of his own.
Martinez.
SK now extending out, looking to double and trap. Good call. Robinson kind of lost the handle there a little bit, and SK scrambling on defense caused the turnover. Still a ton of time left if you're SK.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 minutes, just an 11-point game. A slower second half here, plagued by a lot of whistles. Robinson dives in front of Butler. Martinez comes away with it, feeds Robinson. Roman smartly passes up the quick 3. He's going to use clock.
The only thing is when teams go to clock, you have to make sure you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and stay within the flow of the game. Some teams run into trouble.
Roman starts, stops, hands it off to Pona, and Pona's floater is good. And that's the possession you're looking for if you're Coach Holiday. Use clock, and you got a bucket.
Great job by Mount Pleasant. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Butler gets it to go and the whistle. Nice little hop, skip in the lane. Chance to get the lead to 10.
18 for Butler now to lead the Rebels.
They played really well in the first half.
Senior guard Butler's senior laden team, South Kingston.
Oh, good feed there, but getting called for the charge was Roman.
Same thing they ran last time, right? Just a little dribble drive, picked up a high screen and went to the short corner. It's 3 on Roman.
Under 4 minutes. 62-51. Kilties with the lead. Butler, pull up, off the square and in. Butler's up to 20.
Still a lot of time left, 3.5 to go. If you're Mount Pleasant, you still got to make sure you don't have to come up with empty trips here.
Oh, that's going to be a whistle against Fazio.
Good try on the double right there as Roman tried to penetrate. Fazio left Martinez on the double there.
Roman has 19 at the line, trying to bump up to 20.
Roman was looking up at the scoreboard, trying to figure out if it was 1 and 1 or 2. Flash is going off on the far sideline. Looks like Roman's mother is taking some nice pictures of her son at the free throw line. Why not? Roman is 5 for 6 on the day from the free throw line.
Now up to 20 points on the evening for the junior guard. rattles in the second as well. And a timeout called. 3:21, lead back up to 11. Still plenty of time for South Kingston.
Yeah,
the boys or girls?
Boys.
Yeah, the Hockomock League on the men's side has some good teams. Mansfield qualifying out, I believe, to the state tournament last night.
Yeah, Mansfield, I'm sorry, is a South section. Franklin, I believe, was the Central champions. Franklin was put in Division I Central. So 2 teams out of the Hawk win the South and the Central. Meanwhile, good pull-up right there by Butler.
Yeah, those teams very familiar with one another. I believe they were 1-1 on the year, so could potentially see each other in the state championship game. In Massachusetts, it's locked. The Central plays the West, the North plays the South every year. They don't reseed. As Roman gets to the rim, he's got 23.
What a half. What a game he's had.
Fazio long three. No. Grabbing the rebound almost with one arm there was Naz Pona. And that's a whistle against Butler.
And that's going to be, unless barring a miraculous comeback, that'll be it for the career of Darian Butler at South Kingston High School.
Well, had a big game offensively. Fouls were a problem, and he's going to get a round of applause. Student section stands up. The adults on the other side also giving a round of applause.
There are now 6 guys on the court for South Kingston.
Yeah, they're going to get that figured out.
There's a guy with a uniform on who we don't have his numbers getting set to check in. Going smaller.
Miles Tyler Robinson wearing 15 on the roster as 31.
Good ears by you.
Just caught that from the PA announcer. Well, Roman misses the free throw. Stuck on 23 points. Records. Bangs his way inside. He's got 2 more.
20 now for Records.
Bouncing out is Roman. Under pressure from Fazio. Gets the screen, skip across, 3-pointer on the way from Martinez. And that goes out of bounds, last touched by Naz Pona. Lead is 9. A triple here would certainly make things interesting. Oh, and the pass from Fazio, too tall for Monroe. Roman inbounds it deep to Martinez. Martinez with 18, Roman with 23, both on the floor right now for Mount Pleasant. Martinez turning Monroe inside and out. Roman into the lane, pull up, and draws the whistle on Fazio. He'll go to the line for 2 more.
Mount Pleasant has kept their composure here very, very well after all the little shenanigans. And
the first from Roman is good. He's got 24.
a little feedback coming from the PA announcer.
Wow.
Eight for 10 on the day now for Roman from
And
the charity start.
Timeout for Mount Pleasant.
We don't know who it is. Maybe Kevin Goodaleas.
Yeah, that one they didn't announce because it was during a timeout.
Try to bring some three-point shooters in here maybe. Or good hustle.
And unable to tiptoe the line is Robinson. We'll stay with South Kingston. Swatted out of play by Roman.
Cameron Monroe, the junior guard, hustled right to the corner.
Quick inbound, actually deflected off a couple different bodies. Record converts inside again, and he'll go to the line.
I have records for 22 unofficially. Roman has 25 to lead Mount Pleasant.
And if this free throw goes, the lead is only 8. And it does after rattling around. The Rebels are not out of it. Fazio called for the whistle against Roman.
It was 13, a little 5-0 run right there, and trying to extend the game as long as possible, all the Rebels.
Sending Roman to the line. He already has 25. We saw 30 in our first boys semifinal from Tyrone Weeks.
It's going to be exciting final if they can ever get rid of the feedback here at the Ryan Center.
Roman good on the first free throw.
26 for Roman now.
And Roman up to 27, the lead back up to 10. Full court press.
A 10-point game, minute left. A lot of crazy things can happen. Like right there, you just shoot a three, you make it, you miss it.
Record. The putback, 8-point game, 102. Timeout call by South Kingston.
I got records for 25, unofficially.
He's put in some serious work in the paint. First.
Nobody's on the ball.
And that's going to be a whistle sending Pona to the line. Only used 1 second of game clock.
Pona 3 for 4 on the day from the free throw line.
No timeouts remaining for Coach Fiore. And Pona misses the first. And the second rattled in by Pona.
I have Roman 10 for 12 from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's been excellent. Records had to fight hard to keep possession for South Kingston. 9-point game under a minute. The three, no good. And that's going to be a whistle against Record over the back.
Had a good look at it.
Yeah, that was Miles Tyler Robinson unable to hit. No good on the first for Martinez.
Roman has jumped into the free throw lane. Second free throw is good for Martinez.
He's now up to 19. Fazio fires the three. Pours it in. Outlet to Robinson. Robinson with the dunk authority. 30 seconds left, 9-point game. Deflected. Records has it. Steps into a three. No good. Records trying to get his own rebound. And gets called for the whistle.
Good sportsmanship right there by Records. Pona came up with the rebound, kind of hard, went after him, and reached down and picked him up. And I think that saved him from a flagrant foul is what it did.
Yeah. Pona will go to the line with 22 seconds left.
I think you might see the white flag go up here for South Kingston and give Keegan Records the opportunity to leave to a thunderous ovation after 4 years. Great, great player, Keegan Records.
Pona misses the first, and we'll also see senior Ethan Palazzetti come in, as well as senior guard Ryan Hassel. Yeah, all the seniors getting a run out here for South Kingston. Cameron Neal.
You know, it's no greater honor than to leave the floor for one last time with your uniform and your teammates. Records left with 25 and Butler with 22. And so Mount Pleasant now will also empty the bench. And Mount Pleasant will advance to play Bishop Hendricken, the 1 and the 2 seed, a rematch of the Division I title game, which Mount Pleasant won in overtime with a shot late in the game.
Going to be an exciting 6 o'clock game tomorrow here on the NFHS network as Pona misses the second as well. 20 seconds, so possession here for the seniors for South Kingston. Jay Ossobin, three-pointer, no good. Rebound tracked down by Palazzetti. And then he draws the whistle with 8.4 seconds left.
Well, he's a freshman. Don't blame Josh Dyers for that. He's a little excited there. They're still firing the three-point T-shirts into the crowd. Why not? You got some left over, you might as well get rid of them.
Might as well launch them. Palazzetti, no good from the free throw line on the first. Pona heads to the bench. Adonis Acevedo checks in for Mount Pleasant.
Well, Mount Pleasant survived. Survive in advance. That's what it boils down to. They came on rattled there a little bit. Untypical of them.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. Gibson just needs to get it over the timeline. He does. And Mount Pleasant will square off with Bishop Hendricken tomorrow night here in the Ryan Center for the Rhode Island Interscholastic League state title.
Yeah, hard-fought game by both teams, I'll tell you.